The U.S., though, added fewer jobs than expected in January, 143,000 jobs added. Meanwhile, unemployment ticked lower unexpectedly to 4%. That's a good thing. And wage growth higher to 4.1%. So let's just break this all down and synthesize it. What does it all mean for the job seekers out there? And for that, we've got Julia Pollak, who is the chief economist at ZipRecruiter. Julia, great to have you back on the program with us. Just want to get your read-through from today's jobs print.
So the big takeaway is that the labor market tightened. Unemployment at 4% is good news for job seekers. It's usually the sort of magical threshold below which participation increases because employers are under pressure and they have to increase wages and improve benefits and improve working conditions.
And so among the sectors where we did see the most job gains versus those that actually retracted a little bit, is there anything from your seat that either is different from the data that you're seeing as ZipRecruiter or runs in line with it?
No, this report very much runs in line with what we're seeing, which is that job gains are very uneven. The key driver of job growth is the healthcare sector. Other sectors have shown very spotty growth. We now know after the revisions in this report that the tech sector has been losing jobs for over a year. Professional and business services, very weak. The production sector in a total snowy freeze, a meltdown. Nothing's happening there under the weight of very high interest rates. And so if you're struggling to find a job, it's not you. It's that we have a very strange, uneven labor market right now. And if you really want to get work, you may have to pivot and go into healthcare.
That's so interesting. And one of the things that's become known recently is these ghost jobs, as they've been called, listings with no intention of being filled. How are you kind of looking through where that could have larger impacts, more long-term perhaps, on the labor force participation?
So most jobs that are posted and that are highlighted on ZipRecruiter are real because employers are paying real money to advertise those jobs. That said, the word that we hear a lot right now from employers is uncertainty. They're being very cautious, very conservative. They're posting jobs and then they're pulling back and then they're interviewing 20 candidates and then they're thinking about it a little bit longer. So this is a cool market in which there aren't as many doors open to job seekers as is usually the case.
Are there risks right now to the job market and where are you seeing that pop up? Because we've seen everything from corporations either pulling back on some of the positions that were open or saying, hey, we can't do and matriculate internships even. And so it sounds like for the lower end of the younger generation cohorts that are looking for that entry point, that things could be a little harder at this juncture.
Well, very much in a period called the Great Stay, where firing and hiring are both unusually low. So if you have a job that you love, you're in a great position. You can likely keep it. There's unprecedented job security for those with jobs. But if you're looking to make a switch, if you're unhappy in your job and you want a new one, or if you're a new graduate, this is a tough time. Employers are being very conservative and cautious, and they're not really taking a bet, taking a risk on newcomers.
What does the Great Stay and the implications there mean for job growth more broadly as it pertains to future employment situation prints?
So, that top line employment number, the overall number of payrolls has been growing at a pretty strong rate and fast enough for the unemployment rate to fall. The funny thing is that we seem to be at a different kind of equilibrium from what's normal in the U.S. Usually we have a very dynamic economy where lots of jobs are being created and lots of jobs are being destroyed at the same time. We almost have shifted to a European style equilibrium where no one's moving and everyone's staying put. And that may be good for some businesses. They have more predictable staffing. They're not being blindsided by people not showing up on Monday morning and saying, to-do, we've found a better job. That's good for them. It's reducing turnover costs. But maybe it's also sapping our innovation and dynamism a little bit too.
So what would your tips be for those who are looking for jobs, looking to get into a new role in this environment?
Well, there's some good news. So in all of the surveys of employers that have come out recently, including ours at ZipRecruiter, employers overwhelmingly expect to add more workers in the next 6 months than they did in the prior 6 months. And so some doors may be opening. If you're a very entrepreneurial job seeker, now may be the time to start finding those hiring managers and reaching out to them and pitching yourself. It's also a time to set up good job search habits. Make sure that you sign up for email alerts so that you know when an appropriate opportunity is posted and you apply for it right away. Being one of the first applicants really, really improves your chances.
Julia Pollak, great to see you. Thanks so much for joining us again.
Thanks, Brad.